Welcome, everybody. Thanks, Red. Susie couldn't make it today. Family stuff. Welcome, everybody, to Saturday's Zoom. And we're here to enlighten you on a business that is going to change the world, without a doubt. And you can be part of it. But first, you need to get the information. That'll help. A little about myself. My name is Marty DeGarmo, 60 years old. I live in New Jersey, US. Grandfather. I've been online full time since 2004. First 10 years were horrendous, painful to be exact. Lost a lot of money. Joined everything there was. Figured something's got to be wrong because it's not working. But as time went on, I realized there was a lot of things I didn't know. And nobody tells you that until you find out you don't know. And it costs a lot of money to learn that lesson. Well, about 8-9 years ago, I ran into Mike Ellis and Dan Street here. And even though I'm an old dog, I finally learned some new tricks, and we did learn how to market. And I said, wow, we can market. We can bring people in. Let's just find a company that's, that we can join and feel good about. Well, we joined many, and some of the companies were maybe not so bad, but most of them disappeared. And the other end of the spectrum, which was really horrible for me, Mike, and Dan anyway, is we got to the point where you could bring people in, but we couldn't bring anybody with us. And the reason that was is we couldn't duplicate what we were doing. Now, everybody tells you, oh, follow me and I'll make you, just follow me and I'll take care of you and you can do this and this. And that's not true. It's just not true. I can't take 10 years that I've learned something and cram it into some lady or some guy that's working 40 to 60 hours a week. They have kids, they're taking care of their parents, and just expect to cram all that into them in a short amount of time. It's impossible. It's absolutely untrue when people tell you that. So the other end of the spectrum was we were bringing in people. And some businesses were okay, nothing great, but we bring them in, and we couldn't bring them in fast enough that they're quitting. And the reason they're quitting had nothing to do with mindset. You got to have a big enough why. I mean, all of that's part of it, but it's a small part. The biggest part was they weren't making any money. Why? Because they didn't have 10 years to learn all these different skills. They just don't have the time to learn it, and they're jumping in, doing the best they can. So I also found out at that point in time that some of the gurus, most of them, the reason they are gurus and they're making a lot of money is they found a way to bring in people faster than they quit. And that's pretty sad. And myself, Mike, and Dan didn't want to be part of that because there are people that are that good. They can bring in 10 and lose some, and 20 and lose some, and 100 and lose some, and keep doing that. But the main thing out of all that is, even on the other end of the spectrum, is the gurus that tell you they have a residual income, a passive income. It's not true. If they stop recruiting, no matter how good they are, their company in 60 to 90 days will be gone. That's why they too jump from one thing to another, because they're getting a chunk of money, but they know you'll come with them. They know it because there's that chance you might make it. Well, today we're going to show you something where you don't have to worry about that chance anymore. It can become a reality. Mike Ellis is going to explain a business to you that is like no other. And I don't use that easily, okay? I don't want to tell people something I don't believe in 100%. So Mike's my friend and my partner. Like I said, we've known each other 6-7 years. He's going to explain this business. Not every single detail, but enough that you're going to go, wow. And then you can go from there. So let me turn it over to Mike Ellis. And I am recording, thank God. I thought I almost forgot. Here's Mike Ellis. Thanks, Mike. It's all yours.
Yeah, Marty. Thanks for the introduction. And like you, I want to welcome everybody to this Saturday webinar. And this webinar really is for the new people that are here. If you're just starting to explore OnPassive, you're in the right place because you're going to get a lot of information. And however you got here, if you had a friend that asked you to watch this webinar and they're a good friend and you said, yeah, I'll go ahead and watch it. Or if you're an individual that's here to perhaps find a way to take care of those financial needs that you have. Either or, you're going to hear some really, really interesting things today, things that have never been done offline, online. They've never been done in business before. And the company name is OnPassive. It is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. And what they're doing today really is extraordinary. And I think as you listen, we're going to get you over that bar and get you to a place where you're going to know those financial needs that we all have will be taken care of. And that's just a really, really good place to be. I want to show you OnPassive through my own eyes as I came into OnPassive and started to explore OnPassive. And I'm kind of a hard case, kind of like Marty. I've been online for over 12 years. And it's really hard to put anything in front of me, and I get really impressed about it. And as I came in and listened to Ash Mufareh, I went to one of his webinars, and a lady asked me to go and listen, and I said, sure, I'll listen. I went to one of his webinars, and I started to listen to Ash. And Ash is, I know today, he's an absolute genius. He is the brain trust. He is the visionary behind OnPassive. But that first time I went to listen to him, our minds just work a little differently. And as I listened to Ash, he was just all over the place. And after 8 or 9 minutes, I just hung up. I could not listen to the man. And it wasn't Ash's fault. It was my fault. It's just it's the way my mind works. But there was something there. And it kept me coming back and listening to more. And I came back and I listened to a little bit more. And then I listened to a little bit more. And then I listened to a little bit more. And I started to understand the genius behind what Ash Mufareh and his team in India were doing. And he has a tech team in India. Today, they're about 500 strong. They're the individuals that develop all the products of OnPassive. But as I started to understand what he was doing, I was blown away because I had never seen anything like this online, offline, online. It truly was so unique and so different. I just had to be in. And really what sold me were just a few concepts that Ash shared with us. And you can really keep it very, very simple. If you understand these 4 concepts that I'm going to go over, you're going to understand how powerful OnPassive is. The first concept that I got and really, really liked, it is a self-funding business. As you come into OnPassive and you start your business with OnPassive, you will go out of pocket once. You will never go out of pocket again. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been in several businesses online over the last 12 years. And they just will milk you for every dime you have. And I've heard some horror stories where people spent significant money and got no money in return. That is not OnPassive. OnPassive, you will come in, you will pay once, and after that, you will never have to go out of pocket again. I absolutely love that concept because I had never heard it before. I'd never seen it before. So I absolutely love that. That was a good start. The second thing that OnPassive has done and is doing, I was a little more skeptical. And the second concept is, as you come in, they're going to force you to be successful. They are going to force you to make money. And in my little pea brain, I thought, well, that's a nice statement, but you can't make it. You can't do that. And OnPassive, they're not talking about giving you a shovel and having you dig a ditch. OnPassive, because of the way it's structured, because of the way the pay plan is structured, they will make money for you. They will force you to be successful. And I really didn't believe it until I started looking at the numbers of OnPassive. And it really is ingenious what Ash and his team have done. with the pay structure of OnPassive. It makes everything possible. And as I understood how he was doing this, I got to the point where I said, yeah, you can make that statement, and it is true. They will force you to be successful. They will force you to make money. Just those two things alone, I was sold, but there's a couple of others that are almost, I believe they're just as important as the first two. And the third one, OnPassive, as you come in and start your business, they are going to help you build your business. Again, they're going to take you from ground zero to a place where you have that financial independence. How are they going to do that? They are actually going to drive traffic for all of us. And as they drive traffic, they will help us build our business. And I know the response I get from some people, and the response is, well, you know, that's kind of nice. They're going to drive a little traffic for us, and maybe we get 2 or 3, maybe 6 sales a month. It's nice, but it's not that much money. You really have to understand the kind of traffic OnPassive is going to be driving. And it's awesome. I've been doing this 12 years. I've been driving traffic for a very, very long time. What OnPassive does is just so far above anything I've ever thought of doing. And about 5 or 6 months ago, OnPassive decided to test their traffic sources. And they cranked on the traffic. And their goal was, and they didn't put a time frame on it, was to bring in 1 million opt-ins. And so they just cranked it up and they let it run. In 4 days, OnPassive brought in 1 million opt-ins. And if you know anything about traffic, that is just crazy, crazy amount of traffic. 1 million opt-ins in 4 days. Now, what was really unique about this, OnPassive, they are an AI company, an artificial intelligence company. That's part of what they do. The traffic they ran, they did not use the artificial intelligence they have today. And when you marry those two things, the artificial intelligence with the traffic, now instead of bringing in 1 million opt-ins in 4 days, I believe they can do it in 2 days or 1 day or 12 hours. Now I want you to think in your mind and extrapolate that out over 365 days. I don't know what that number is. You can get a calculator and add it up. I can tell you it'll just blow your mind. That is so much traffic, it's hard to imagine it. And when we think about the first two, self-funding, forced to be successful, and now traffic, and you put those 3 things together, I want you to start thinking about the 3 concepts, and I want you to start thinking about sheer volume. And when we think about the volume of OnPassive, the amount of people they're going to be driving through our businesses, getting good qualified eyes in front of what we do, they come in, they love it, they join, and they pay. That will affect your bottom line in drastic ways, in very, very positive ways. So those first 3 things, I thought they were just unbelievable. But there's one other thing. And OnPassive, like everything else, they've done this better than anybody else online. And the last thing, the last concept is the customer side of OnPassive. And as customers come into OnPassive, and you can't have a business without customers, but as customers come into OnPassive, they will never leave. Why? All the tools that OnPassive has built has been built with the tech team in Bangalore and Hyderabad, India. These individuals are the brightest of the brightest. They're really, really good at what they do. And Ash gives them a vision of what he wants, and they develop it. And that goes through several steps. They'll develop it, show it to Ash. Ash wants it better. They do more. But all the tools of OnPassive have been developed this way, and they are the best of the best. As people come in and use these tools, they will never leave. Now, some of those tools, they started out with an automated marketing platform. And on this automated marketing platform, all the tools we use to market online, and it could be a server, it could be a page builder, it could be a funnel builder, it could be a domain name, it could be a communication module, it could be traffic, and traffic is one of the tools on that automated marketing platform. These tools are superior, built from the ground up, cutting edge technology, the best of the best. As people come in and use these tools, they will never leave. They are that good. Now, there are about 40 different tools in OnPassive today, and obviously I can't go over all of them. But I can tell you all of these tools are built the same way from the ground up, cutting edge technology. And Ash will not build a tool unless he knows it can be superior. And all the tools of Unpassive, absolutely superior. Customers will come in, they'll use it because it makes their work easier, it makes their bottom line better, period. So as they come in, they will never leave. If you just think about these 4 concepts, they are revolutionary online. They have never been done before. Self-funding, forced to be successful, traffic, and customer is royalty. These 4 things alone, once you understand them, will change your life. They'll change your bottom line. So how do we all come into Unpassive? Today there is a position. It is the founder position. It is a $97 position. You can come in, pay the $97, and it will lock you in the company of Unpassive. It will also lock you into the pay structure of Unpassive, which is more important. But you can also, if you want, now with those first 4 concepts, Unpassive has developed a business that is completely 100% automated. You don't have to do anything but come in and participate. It is 100% automated. But if you become a founding member, you do have the opportunity, if you want, to share Unpassive with other people and build a team. You don't have to do that, but you can do that. I can tell you if you do that, there are some tangible benefits to cutting timelines and getting to that place where your financial needs are met quicker. That's the big advantage of building a team. But again, it is not something you have to do. Once we all become founding members of Unpassive, as Unpassive launches to the world, which will be this year, it's scheduled to launch in 2020, we will all come into Unpassive as customers. As we look at the pay structure of Unpassive, there are 4 membership levels in Unpassive. We will come in, we will pick a membership level. Each membership level has a different product package in it that we can use. And then you will go into the back office, you will click a button, you will become an independent reseller of the IT product. I know that sounds like a lot, it's not. As we look at the membership levels, there are 4 of them. Yes, there is a monthly fee with each one of those, but because of the way Unpassive is scheduled, you will come in, you will pay once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. The preceding months, the fees that are going to be due will be paid from the profits of Unpassive. But becoming an independent reseller of the IT product allows Unpassive to pay you. And I want you to keep the volume in the back of your mind, because the sheer volume that Unpassive is going to be doing makes all of this work. I want to talk about one of the tools of Unpassive. And again, it will stay on the theme of volume. Unpassive has a communication module. And I believe as Unpassive launches to the world, that communication module will take over the whole ecosystem of communicating online. But I'm going to talk about just one of the products in that communication module, and that's the webinar product. And it's similar to what we're doing today. Today we're having a webinar on Zoom to talk about Unpassive. Unpassive has a webinar product. And as we look at the Zoom product, they're one of the big dogs on the block. They have about 200 million people doing Zooms a day. Again, this is going to show you the sheer volume in one product of Unpassive. So they've got 200 million people doing Zooms a day. There are 25 other Zoom platforms online today. I don't know how many total customers there are, but there are millions upon millions of people doing Zooms every day. And as we look at the webinar service for Zoom, it is old technology, very old technology. And what they've done is they've taken old technology, wrapped it up, put a bow on it, thrown it out there, and people have come in. And over the last year, Zoom has just, the amount of growth they've had, it's been massive. Marty knows a little bit more about that than I do, but it's huge, absolutely huge. But when we compare old technology with the webinar of Unpassive, there is no comparison. The Unpassive webinar service is so heads and tails above Zoom. I believe in the course of a year, I'm not sure Zoom will be in business. That's how good a product the webinar service for Unpassive is. And as we think about that, and we think about the millions upon millions of people that are doing webinars every day, and Unpassive coming out with a superior product and taking a lion's share away from those other companies because it's new cutting edge technology. The individuals that have come into OnPassive, become founders and an independent reseller of the IT product, all of these customers that are going to be coming in with this one product, they go in OnPassive, they go in underneath us, and we get paid from that volume. And as we look at that, and we look at the millions and millions of people on a webinar service, we're just in a really unique place. I believe just with this one product, over the course of the year, OnPassive would be a unicorn company in 365 days. And that's a company that has a value of over $1 billion, okay? That's one company. Again, OnPassive has about 36 to 40 different products, all as good as the webinar service. And because of that and the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing, I believe OnPassive, day one, the day they launch, or shortly thereafter, it will be a unicorn company. That is, again, a company worth $1 billion. That has never been done in business, online, offline. It has never been done before. That is why OnPassive is revolutionary, because of the way it's structured, because of the simplicity of the system for us. We can come in and participate with everything OnPassive and take care of that bottom line very, very quickly. And I'm not talking about years. I'm talking about the first year. The founders in OnPassive, you are in such a unique position that I believe every founder in OnPassive, as we launch to the world, again, it's scheduled to launch this year, those financial needs, those financial burdens, they're just going to dissipate. They're just going to disappear. I want to talk about two other things before I hand it back over to Marty. And the first thing is a conversation that Ash Mufareh had with his bankers. And I don't know if I said this, but Ash Mufareh is the CEO of OnPassive. He had a conversation. This was like maybe 2 weeks ago with his money men. And one of the individuals came to Ash and he asked Ash, "Can I ask you a question?" It was one of his bankers. And Ash said, "Sure, ask whatever you want. Yeah, I'll answer it if I can." And the banker said, "You know, Ash, I know what you've done here. I can see what's going to be happening. So can everybody else here. And I believe that as OnPassive launches to the world, in a very short period of time, you will be one of the richest people in the world, if not the richest person in the world." And that didn't shake Ash. I mean, Ash knows what's coming. And the banker, he said, "The reason I say that, I want to know, as this happens, why would you share that with anybody?" And that's kind of stunned Ash, because that's not his heart. That's not what he's thinking. And his response was, "Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to share OnPassive with the world? Why wouldn't I want to share OnPassive with individuals that could take care of those financial needs? Why wouldn't I want to change the world in that way?" And the banker really didn't understand it. Bankers, they just take. They never give anything. They're going to take as much as they can. But it showed me the heart of Ash Mufareh. It showed me the heart of OnPassive. And Ash really does care about people. And it's the reason OnPassive is structured the way it is, so that the 97% of people coming online and failing, and those are just the numbers. Don't know why, it's just the numbers. Ash wants to turn that around and make it 97% of the people coming online succeed. And for me, that was really, really important to hear. It made a major impact on me to know that Ash, he really does care about people. He's got a good heart, a heart of service, and that's where we're at with OnPassive today. The last thing I want to share with you, it shows you the genius behind what Ash and his team is doing, and it's the customer side. I believe as customers start to come in, I believe 80% of those customers will come in and they don't care about OnPassive. All they want to do is have a superior technology that will make their job easier and make their bottom line better. And it could be K through 12. It could be colleges. It could be small, medium, large size businesses. It could be personal use. It could be governments. And I believe all of these will come in and use OnPassive. But that 80%, they're going to come in, they're going to love the product. They're not going to have any problem paying the monthly fee, and they're done. They just want to use the products. And that bodes really, really well for us, because as soon as they come in, love the products and use them and pay that monthly fee, as soon as they start paying that monthly fee, our income becomes a residual income, a true residual income, because these customers, because of the product, because of the superiority, they will never leave. But there's another group of people out there, about 20%, that will come in and use the products of Unpassive. And again, they're going to love the products and they'll come in and pay the monthly fee, but it's a little different for them. They're on a tighter budget. They don't have the money, or it's hard for them to have the money to pay that monthly fee month after month after month. And what Unpassive has done is they've come in for these individuals, and as they come in and pay the monthly fee, over time that fee goes down. Over time that fee will be zero. And over time, they will actually pay the customer to use the tools of Unpassive. This is so ingenious. When I heard this, and they do this throughout the whole company, but when I heard this, I went, man, I found a home. I'm where I need to be for the next 20 years. And Unpassive, because of what they do, because of the vision of Ash Mufareh, because he's put together a team in India, because this is structured in a way that no other company has ever been structured, we are in such a great position. Unpassive was made for you and I, and it was made for you and I to take care of that financial bottom line. And finally, there's a company online that's going to have great longevity, doing it the right way to take care of us. And Ash looks at us as partners. We are partners with Ash. And one of the main things he wants to do is to make sure we are taken care of in really, really special ways. The founding position, the $97 position, locks you into this system. And once you're locked into this system, yeah, we want you to continue to explore Unpassive, but I can tell you, as you explore Unpassive, it gets better and better and better. You're not going to find anything in here where you scratch your head and go, should I really be here? It's not here. It gets better and better and better. And again, it was made for you and I. Marty, I'm going to turn it back over to you, and yeah, take it wherever you want.
Thanks, Mike. As you can see, that's why Mike gives a presentation. Very good. I just want to add a couple things, when he was talking about Zoom 1 year ago was worth $19 billion, which is outrageous. It's a big company. This year alone, they gained $110 billion in value because of what's going on in the world. Imagine Unpassive getting a piece of that pie. I believe they're going to get a big chunk of that pie, and those pieces of pie are going to be delivered to everybody that's in Unpassive, because we're all part of Unpassive. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And one more thing I want to bring up, we have a lot of guests here, so I want to talk fast, is some people look at this and say, well, how about if I don't use that product, or I don't use that product? I want you to look at it this way. Two of the richest women in the world are Walmart's sisters. They don't use all the products either, but they get a nickel and a dime and a penny and $5 whatever. Every time somebody walks by a cash register in Walmart, you could be that person. That's the difference. You don't have to be somebody that uses everything that Unpassive is going to have, but you'll be surprised. I think you'll use most of them anyway, because it's so much bigger than most people even know. I want to get to Red before I go to Marina. Red, what do you got for Q&As or anything you want to put in?
No, Q&As, I haven't got anything actually. No one's come up with. Somebody was asking, are we allowed to do any publicity as far as flyers or business cards? And my answer to that is yes, you can, as long as it is in compliance with what the company allow. Of course you can. They did say, can we do something? And I went, no. It's entirely up to you. If you want to do something like that, there will not be a template for it. But yes, for sure you can do. That's really the only Q&A I've got at the moment. There might be some towards the end. But yeah, I mean, right now, right this moment in time, there is never a better time to join us on this amazing journey. We've been in development stage for a long time now. We're nearly at that finish line. Some exciting things are happening, which we can't really tell you about, but man, we had a founders webinar last week, and I'm sure anybody who was on that founders webinar would have been absolutely gobsmacked and blown away about the possibility that we have in front of us at the moment. It is phenomenal. So my advice to everybody who is here, who has just watched Mike do the fantastic introduction to what Unpassive is get back with the person who brought you here. Ask questions. We have got nothing to hide. any question that you have about OnPassive can easily be answered. And if you want to, stick it in the Q&A and we'll get back to it later. Thanks very much, Martin.
Thanks, Fred. I'm glad you had an easy day today. That's good. I'm going to introduce Marina. Marina is from South Africa. She is building a large group. Everybody knows who she is. She does everything. She has some guests here today, so I thought it'd be appropriate for Marina to invite her guest on. Marina, it's all yours.
Hi, Marty. Thank you so much. We decided to have impromptu party earlier. I think all the celebrations going on in Canada with Thanksgiving. So I do apologize if it's a bit noisy. I have my guests outside with a bonfire going on, but there's nothing that will stop me from being here. So I just want to welcome my team members here. You know, it's really awesome to see you. We are all in different countries and yet our heart beats as one. Justin, you've been absolutely amazing. The passion that these guys have, you know, Jolana's joined, I'm actually not sure, but she's very, very new and introduced Lawrence. I see he's struggling to connect. I hope we do get to speak to him within her first few days. So that's really fantastic. And Abongwa Celestine, really fantastic character from Cameroon. But I won't take their glory. They're looking great. Everyone was really nervous and excited to be here. It is a big deal. There's going to be thousands of people seeing you, and you know, you can show this is a part of your legacy that you're leaving to your loved ones, and you can show them back to this video on YouTube, because it's going to be there for generations to come, and they're going to see that you were right here in the beginning when this fantastic company launched to the world, and you are part of making history. So I congratulate every one of you and everyone that's watching. If you are still indecisive of whether you need to join or want to join OnPassive or not, you know what, just jump in, and we are all here to help you. You know, you just got to look on the internet. We're already shaking up the internet and we haven't even launched yet. It's really a fantastic opportunity for everyone, whether you're an individual, whether you're a business that's looking to you know, get some leverage in your field, whether you're a large enterprise or even government, in the education department. We've got every tool imaginable. And if OnPassive doesn't have it, then you won't need it. So brace yourselves, because as Mike always says, whatever you think OnPassive is, it's bigger. And you will be amazed every week. There is something new and we are blown away. I mean, I still can't comprehend how big OnPassive is and how it's going to be. And I think we're all going to be like in awe when we do launch and realize the magical business that we have here, that is not just going to help us, it's going to help our families, our friends, our communities. And we are going to, as OnPassive community and business, turn poverty into prosperity around the world, because we've all got the same heart where we don't just want to think about ourselves. You can't help it. You want to help the rest of the world, you know, and we are going to be in a position, each and every one of us, as long as you are a founder, you will be in that position to start doing so much good for the world. So I'm going to say ladies first, and welcome Jolana Martel. Take it away, girl. You must just unmute yourself, Jolana. Sorry.
There you go. Thank you, Marina. First of all, you know, I just want to give God the glory for this amazing, amazing business he's put in my lap. I also want to thank Ash Mafari. Someday down the road, I'm going to meet him. A little bit about me. My name is Jolana Martel. I live in High River, about an hour south, High River, Alberta, about an hour south of Calgary. And I was actually, my background is I was born in Africa, in Uganda. And my ancestors are from Goa, India. So I'm kind of a mixture of everything. So I came to Canada when Idi Amin kicked us out. And I thought I was coming into a land of prosperity, worked for 40 years and I have really nothing to show. I have no legacy to leave behind for my kids. And I've only been in this business for 10 days, but I caught the vision because every business I have done, ML, multi-level marketing, everything I've done, I have failed because I failed, because I wasn't on the right platform. Let me put it that way. I wasn't on the right platform. And my reason for coming into this business is my big why is to leave a legacy for my kids. I have 2 kids and a grandson. And my other big why is because I was born in Africa and my ancestors are from India, my dream was always to go back to Africa and help the orphans and help the widows. Same in India. When I go to India, it's so sad to see all these kids on the street begging for money, no food, no place to stay. And when I caught this vision, it only took me 24 hours to catch this vision, and I jumped on because Justin that brought me in, you know, we're all one and we're working from the heart. So when I caught this vision and I'm able to dream again, and one of my dreams is to take my kids back to Uganda so they can see where I was born, how I lived there. I mean, things have changed over the years, but that's one of my biggest whys. But the second biggest why is to be able to go to Africa with the extra, because after you bought a house, after you bought your car, or you've got, you know, whatever you need in life, you got your kids set up for life. After that, what are you going to do with your extra money? And I didn't have that extra money to think about going back to Africa. So the beautiful thing about this whole thing is after Mike explained to us, you know, what's going to be happening, I feel like I can do this. I can go back to Africa. I can take my kids. The other day I was talking to another possible founder, and he's in Uganda, and I put my grandson on it, and my grandson has heard about, you know, learned in school about Africa, about the animals, and he loves animals. And I said to him, Gordon, do you want to go to Africa? He goes, yeah. And so Albert was talking to him about Africa. So, you know, I'm starting to be able to dream again. I'm starting to feel that this vision I've had for years, for 40 years, I carried this vision, is going to come alive. And thank you so much. Thank you, Ash, for doing this for us. And I'm going to start crying now. So I'm going to end it right here because I'm a crybaby. Thank you so much.
That was fantastic, Jelana. It's really awesome. And, you know, your history as well. What a great story, you know, and now you will definitely be in a position to visit your homeland and help them at the same time. And it's not just, oh, look where I was born and look how, you know, look at all these children in poverty and the orphans. You are going to be able to go there and give them such a wonderful gift because you are going to be in that position to. Fantastic. God bless you in your journey.
You know, the saying goes, you can take the girl out of Africa, but you can't take Africa out of me. So that's where I'm at.
Fantastic. Okay, let's move on to Justin. Justin from Cleveland. Welcome.
Hello, guys. Justin from Stratford, Ontario. The last name's Cleveland. Anyways, guys, just wanted to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Marty, Mike, Dan, and Red, great job so far. Just wanted to highlight that. Where do I start? I just want to thank all the family that's on today doing the Saturday afternoon webinar. It's great. I'm sure everyone will do great jobs. I was brought into this business by James. James is a fellow neighbor in Stratford that introduced me to this amazing opportunity. Just sorry, I'm really bad first time. So where are we going? My why. I'm a husband. I'm a father of 3 young kids. I was on another opportunity previous to this one. A lot of promises were made, but never fulfilled, as Marty touched on earlier. You know, it was just as easy as if you join the business, you'll make the money tomorrow type thing. Wasn't true. So James, getting back to him, he introduced me to a thing where he said, hey, you've got a young family, you know, $2,000, you know, $20,000. What would that look like in a year for you? You know, would that help your income? Would that help your family? I said, for sure it would. He said, well, let me get you some information. And I said, well, make sure you send lots because, you know, I'll do my research. So he sent me hours upon hours of videos that I watched. It followed up with a bunch of phone calls, weekly, even daily, you know, to ask questions back and forth. He was able to answer a lot of them for me. So back in April, I believe April 1st is when I joined. When I joined, there was only 75,000 founders. And today when I checked, we were at 223,649. So that's in what, 6 months? Like phenomenal. This business is truly, it's doubling, it's tripling daily. Our webinar on Thursday, as it's been touched on, was explosive. Things are coming down the line and it's going to be great for all of us. So if you are sitting on the fence, you know, I recommend whoever brought you to this webinar to get back in touch with them and get signed up today. My personal one thing was I go to Cuba every year and I try to take as many old pairs of shoes, clothes, and stuff that I can to give them to the people in need down there. We've been doing this for 5 years. And Ash touched on a thing there the other day that really struck home was, you know, how many kids in Africa don't wear shoes? They run the streets bare feet. Well, if we're making the kind of money and we have the kind of equity that's going to come out of having this business, will we be able to help those kids? For sure we could. So I just want to take a minute out to thank our CEO, Ash, for giving us a great opportunity. He's a leader, he's a gentleman, he's a family, part of a family as well. We are so thankful for Ash's vision and opportunity he has given all of us to join him and his staff, current founders, in this powerful launch to the world. I want to be able to do the same as Ash, is help those kids. That's always been a long dream. You know, there's a lot of kids that go to bed hungry. I once went to bed hungry as well. So, you know, that touched home for me. That's all I really got today. It is our Thanksgiving long weekend here in Ontario. And we do have a family that is cooking us our big dinner. I dropped it off there a few hours ago so that they could prep it for us so that I could do this webinar. And yeah, we're looking forward. They're, you know, they're our greatest friends. And they said, Justin, just drop the stuff off. We'll cook it. You guys come when you can. So I'm going to turn it back over to Marty, let him go. And I appreciate letting us do this today for you.
Marina, you still got it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Justin. Sorry. It's just, I'm so used to normally seeing the country at the end. So I just said Cleveland. I don't know what I was thinking. I know you're from Canada and I know you are Justin Cleveland. I also get nervous. Don't worry. You did a great job. And that's really awesome. I never knew that you did that for the children in Cuba. Really fantastic. You know, like Jolana actually mentioned the one day, she said, what you wants you. And it's just amazing. Ash wants people with the same heart. And I had no idea that your heart was exactly in the right vision as what Ash is doing, Justin. It's just amazing. So we do attract the right people into this business. It's really, really fantastic. I reckon it's divine intervention. Abongwa Celestine from Cameroon, are you ready for us? You can take it away. Thank you.
Hello, this is Abongwa Celestine from Yaoundé, Cameroon. Actually, I'm very, very excited and very happy to be here. And I want to thank Marina for this opportunity that I can talk to the team, I can talk to the world joining OnPassive. You know, when I heard of this opportunity, my elder sister told me about it a couple of times. She's called Florence Gunwe. She's in the state. When I heard of this opportunity from her, because she knew I am someone that is passionate about the internet, passionate about IT, and actually I'm a student. I do online studies and I do computer studies. And it's been for some years that I have been designing, that is in 2016, I've been designed to have a job that I can work from home, that I can have flexible hours, that I can have my flexible time. I have much money. I have time to move around without something really holding me down like the traditional work that I do now. And by then I took time to go on the internet to look for opportunities that can offer me such probability that I can have. But I've been searching from that time up to now, and I've not really hooked up on anyone. Until when I found this opportunity, I said, wow, this is something that I don't have to let it pass by. One of the reasons why I really joined it, because the idea, after the presentation I heard about it, the idea was myself, I'm going to be part of this brilliant idea. I want this concept, my name in history, that when this thing started, I was one of the founding members. And I was one of the people who embraced the brilliant idea, not to just sit at the bank and see all this going and then I'm not joining the wagon. So I decided to join it because it was a very brilliant idea. And what the second reasons why I decided to join this is because it is offering me the opportunity. It is just meeting my desire of working from home, financial freedom, going around the way I want to go, and doing all the things that I want to do without having been stay put because I'm working in a traditional job setup. And one of the third reasons that I really got involved in this, because I see that my need, the reasons, the passion that I have to help people, like setting up an NGO that would support people with health insurance around my community. This is going to give me that opportunity. This is going to give me that financial freedom. This is going to give me the opportunity to meet up, to fulfill my goal of helping people that need insurance, health insurance, because there are a lot of people around the hospital, they are unable to even settle their bills because of what they have. They will just need to patch around the thorough checkup because of their financial means. And this is going to really, I don't know, it's going to really help me fulfill another dream. Have like setting up job opportunity, creating up projects that will help employ other people in my community. I don't know. I'm so just excited. I thank Mr. Ash Mufarad for this opportunity. I thank Marina for my interest, my passion about OnPassive. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Bongo. That was really fantastic. You know, everyone's on their own journey and we've all got our own dreams and aspirations. And it's just fantastic. It's such a wonderful feeling when you know that you know that you know that when you joined OnPassive and the more you learned about the business opportunity that we're in and how phenomenal it is, you suddenly the penny drops and you realize, hey, I'm actually going to be fulfilling my dreams. I'm in a position now where I'm going to be able to do that. You know, we always wish and dream and you think, oh, well, it's just a pipe dream. This is no pipe dream. This is happening. It's a done deal. And we all, you know, you'll have to start thinking out the box, because whatever we need to stop having limiting beliefs as well. Whatever you wanted to do, you're going to be able to do that, plus so much more. So yes, and the journey that we're on, it's just like little baby steps at the moment, but when you're in it, and once we start earning that residual income, it's the world is your oyster, and there's going to be so many happy people because of the decision that you made to become a founding member. I'm not sure if Lawrence, I see he's been struggling to connect. Lawrence, are you there, or can you hear us? Can you talk? Because if not, we're going to have to try and get you on another time. I know that the connectivity barrier is also really bad. But for the three of you that have spoken, and to the other panelists, thank you so much, guys. Really, really fantastic. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful journey. And I do honor you and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Over to you, Mike or Marty.
Fantastic, Marina. Fantastic, everybody. Justin, all of you. You guys did unbelievable. I'm glad you're part of the team. Dan, you didn't have anything, do you? Or if you do, let me have it.
I always have a little something, but no, I think everybody has covered everything. Oh, and more than enough. But you listen to Mike talking about all of the everything that OnPassive has to offer, and Marina just did a fantastic job about all the passion that we all have for this business. And I think if I was talking to the new people here today, we have a lot of fun, and we've been having a lot of fun developing relationships with people from all over the world. You can see just a small segment in this webinar today of the people from all over the world that are sharing their experience so far right before launch with OnPassive, and how excited everybody is and how passionate they are for the business. And this is a business that is going to launch worldwide, and it will be viral instantly. And one of the things you got to consider when you join a company, when you consider a company, is the fact that, are they global, and are they going to be viral, and will they be viral instantly? And that's OnPassive all the way, with all of the products that we have. And they are proprietary products, and everything is automated. And another quick thing for all of you that have had struggled with other companies in the past is, there's no pre-qualifications for this company. It's 100% automated. You do not have to recruit anybody. You do not have to sell. You do not have to do anything but get in for $97, become a founding member, and then buy one of the packages that Mike talked about at the beginning, and you're good to go. Now, if you want to build it quicker, and if you want to cut those timeframes down a little bit, you can share it with other people. But there's no requirements for you to be successful in this business. And Ash designed it that way. So it's absolute genius. And we look forward to having all of you that are new here today join us as founders. And please, if you have any questions, get with the person that brought you here, and we'd be more than happy to answer any of the questions if you're not getting them answered anywhere. So go for it.
Thanks, Dan. And to everybody here, to show that it works, I've met none of you, and every one of us talk about how we can help others. And we did not even meet each other. You draw who you are. You draw who you like. And that's what's happening by the thousands, hundreds of thousands. I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank everybody for being here. Whoever invited you, get back to them. Get the information. If you get the information and this isn't for you, then you're not looking to make money online, I can tell you that. So I'll see you all, and have a blessed weekend, and nice holiday in Canada, everybody. I'll see you all.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Marty.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Marty.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Gonna go have some turkey now.
Oh, man, I wish I
Yes.
could come.
Bye.
good.
Thank you for being there. Bye.
I don't get turkey for another month. All right, I'll see you guys.
See you.
Later.
See ya. Thank you.